YouTube channel near you.
Well, welcome everybody. Hello, Angela. How are you doing tonight?
Doing good. How are you?
Wonderful. Hello, Curtis. Nice to see you. A little twisted, and everybody else. Come on in, everybody. Settle down. So, how was your weekend, Angela?
It was really great. It was relaxing and peaceful. I'm still working on my continuing education credit I'm required to do for the state of Ohio for an insurance license. So, doing those classes, doing artwork, also having a lot of communication with spirit also as well. So, it was an interesting weekend and very nice, very ordered.
Yes, that's awesome. Cold here. It's 30 degrees, mostly cloudy. Chance for participation. So, we're supposed to get up to 3 inches of snow Wednesday.
Ooh,
Yeah, right.
yeah. You've had snow and ice snow and ice rain, all sorts where I live. So we've had all sorts of snow and issues. So
Yeah, we got a
water.
big shipment of crystals in, and man, we got to go through them and everything. It's a lot of work, you know. Hey, Noreen, welcome to the show. Nice to have you. Welcome, welcome. So, no, we just been staying busy. Like I said, got your paintings, and we got them on Mary's wall.
That's
So,
awesome.
yeah, sent
That's
you pictures
awesome.
of them, so they look good. Really do. So, what other paintings are you working on?
Now there's a painting I'm working on now from my past life. It's kind of a memorial to the past life when I was Frank Hoff, because I did have an image come through on GhostTube, which supposedly spirits are able to send images through just with input from the spirit and not from any input from you. And I saw myself come through from when I was Frank Hoff. I think that's me, that's my face, that's me. So it's time to take it aside to start doing a painting just devoted to that time frame. And so it's a large painting. It's probably 4 feet tall by 2.5 feet wide. So I'm going to make it large, and it's going to be a while before I get it done because it's going to have a lot of details, a lot of information in it, and a lot of symbols in it. And it's a work in progress. I just got it started, and you can always check out the progress on my Facebook page, and because I post images almost every day of the progress of the painting and how that's going.
Good. Yeah.
And
So, no, nothing else. We just been staying busy and everything. So, can't complain. Hello, seashells. I'll put you in line, a little twisted. Nice to see you there. And so I'll put you in line there. If you're just now tuning in, if you do want a reading or have any questions, throw them up on the board. I will put you in line as we're talking. So, oh, you're welcome, seashells. But no, been working on stuff, and Mary's been working on all the marketing material and for the show. So just been staying busy, and of course the podcast, and so what can you say, right?
right, it's been busy. I've had quite a few different spirits coming to me, both that through the uh, EVP, also in dreams and in images, and it's been interesting. There's been several, and there's a blonde woman that keeps coming through that died a brutal death, a very brutal death, but she's coming through to more than one person. She's coming through to me and a friend of mine, and we both see her the same, and she's coming through to my dreams, and she's coming through to her, but she's also coming through my spirit box too. Her voice is coming through. I don't know her name yet, but her voice is coming through, and I asked her, "Is this you? Is this if you're the one with the sort of medium blonde hair that came to me in my dream?" He says, "Yes, I am." And like she was the person that was coming through in a dream. Also, another woman that came through. It passed away from cancer. And she lost all of her hair during chemo. And she introduced herself to me last night. And there's been some men coming through as well. So it's been busy on the spirit side and helping these souls, get to where they need to go and express what they want to express. And, clearly spirits gather around me whenever I'm painting as well. So they gather around my painting area and they all have something to say, but they do like to watch me work. So they huddle around me. And I do have some World War II friends from that lifetime that hang around me, and I'm asking them if they want to participate in this painting, to let me know. And so they do.
Natalie and Chris L. got you in line. Thank you. We'll get to you here momentarily. That's pretty wild, Angela.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure. That's interesting. Let's see here. Seashells is asking, may I ask about my intercom suddenly not working in the entrance of the home? I had a vase breaking in the entrance of the home. Spiritually, what does that mean?
Okay, let me take a look here. A vase breaking at the entrance. Okay. What's going on with the entrance of your home? Seashells. That's what the readings have to say about that. Okay. First rune I got is Isa. So ice is slow down communication. Well, it's slow down, it's rest, it's pause, it's delay. I keep feeling a male figure trying to communicate with you as well. He keeps calling himself a father, and it feels like he's trying to communicate with you, and he feels like he's hanging around the front entrance of the home, like he's not coming in, but he doesn't feel welcome, so he's not sure whether to cross that threshold or not. But I got the ice here, Isa, meaning delay or pause or stop. In this case, it feels like he's outside your door and he's not allowed in. So the next rune I got is Manas. So this is the Bifrost Bridge, or the Rainbow Bridge, and usually means wisdom, humanity. And what I'm getting from this, what I'm picking up from this, if there is a bridge from the spirit world to your world, but that bridge is broken. So there's something about this male that is not able to cross your threshold. He doesn't feel like he should enter without your permission, and it feels like a broken relationship, like he can't get through. And
It's my father-in-law. I feel he's around the home and he's slamming the doors. I never said that to anybody.
Okay. He calls himself a father. Okay, so the next rune I got is Uruz. So Uruz is strength, and it's also the drizzling rain. I feel like he does have a lot of strength, a lot of fortitude, but he's trying to get through to you. And he's trying to speak with you. I'm just trying to reach out to him and see if he has anything that he can pass along to me. He says he doesn't feel like it's appropriate to cross your threshold yet. He is saying, okay, he doesn't feel like he was really close family. He doesn't feel like he was close. He doesn't feel like it was appropriate for him to have a close communication with you, but he has so much to say. There are a lot of emotions that he's holding back that he wants to share with you. It's like he wants to confide in you. things that he doesn't feel like that he could confide with his own family, with his own family members, but he feels like he wants to confide in you certain things, and he's expressing a certain frustration. He feels like there was something broken in the family relationship that he wants to share with you. He won't tell me what it is, but it feels like it has to do with another male. Feels like something that has to do with the son. And that something about the son had a secret. The son had a secret. And only the father knows about it.
So, seashells, sometimes when a person crossovers, they go through, I don't know if you want to call it a muck or a life review.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they have to come back and try to make amends, or they feel like they have to make amends with somebody that they've done wrong. And we're going to leave it there because I see what some things I'm seeing. And Seashells is saying, what secret? Do you know, or can you pick up on anything?
The only thing that he would tell me is that he says there's something about the son, something that he should have revealed but didn't, something that he did, and this was in the past. This was in the son's past, and that was only between father and son.
Yeah. Seashell said, could also be his father and his son. My father-in-law, secret of another kid, now an adult, probably. She's asking.
I'm asking about that. Okay, he's saying that it's related to that, but there's something more. There's something more to it. He's not going into specifics. It feels like there is something that the son did, and it's just like something that he destroyed or something that he did. I'm asking him, what would you give me any more information on this? Okay, so it feels like it may be drug related, and I have to leave it at that. And it was like a one-time thing.
Natalie's asking, hello, did I make the right decision or refuse a job opportunity? When she asked that question, I got a yes because you got another one coming. That one was not a right fit. It may seem like it was a fit, but it was not a total fit. She said he was in the military, so that probably makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, and it was like a one-time event, and it just felt like something broken, something deliberately broken, and it was something that wasn't right. It wasn't the right thing to do, but it was one time. It wasn't like something he kept doing. So that's all I can give you, unfortunately. I mean, he has to let you know, and you can ask him to come to you in a dream if he's not able to express it. If you're not able to hear him clairaudiently, you can ask him to pass the information on in the dream. You can set an EVP recorder outside your home and just ask him to speak into the recorder, see if you can get his voice. I like to use Ghost Seer. What's it called? Actually, let me go ahead and bring it up here. It's Ghost Tube Seer. That has an EVP recorder in it. That's the best one I've used. And it also has a little visual input that spirit should be able to send images, not just voices, over it. And there's a free version you can download. You can try that. You can ask for some sort of sign in nature from him. You can ask the dream world. Ask them. Hey, you can reach out to him to set the intention before you go to bed that you'd like to reach out to him and just see what he has to say. That you like to imagine yourself standing outside your own door, and talking with this male, and just see if he will speak with you, and you'll be able to pick up information that way too.
All right, Kayla, I've got you in line. All right, Natalie wants to know, did I make the right decision to refuse the job opportunity?
Okay. Make the decision. Let's see. So I got Helgelas. Helgelas, it can mean a variety of things. It can mean destruction, disruption, but it can also be transformation. And I got transformation with this. So it feels like a transformation is coming. Like a big transformation in your life is coming. The next rune I got is, this is Gabo. This is gift. That means that something is coming for you in your future. That's a gift. And it's going to result in a major transformation. What I'm feeling is, it's like this job opportunity that passed, it'll be forgotten about, because what's coming for you is just so much better. Okay. And the next rune I got here is Nadi. So Nadi is love, but it's also necessity, focusing on just the basics. And it could be restraint or stress as well, but I'm not getting that off this rune. I feel like this rune is telling me like it's a time to just focus on the basics right now, and just focus on getting your work done, getting things done, not so worried about what's to come or what other things that may lay ahead, but just focus on the present and what you can do now.
All right. Next up is Chris. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not a subscriber, please like and subscribe to our channel. It's free, don't cost anything. And please hit the like button. Chris L., thanks so much for this live. Are there any past loved ones, Angela, that have a message for me at this time? Please and thank you.
Okay, Chris. I do feel a female stepping forward. She is elderly. She's a little bit, she would call herself a little bit plump. Okay? She's a little short, a little bit plump. She's showing me sort of very gray hair, and she's in a dress. She's showing me in a dress. Okay. And she is stepping forward. She says that, she has some really good advice, that she is always with you. And she says if you ever need anything, you could always ask her for advice. I don't have a name for her yet, but we'll see what the runes have to say. So this rune is Algies. This is the rune of sanctuary, protection. And I get that this woman is a very protective female. If you look at her, you wouldn't think of that, but I see her smiling really big. She has kind of a broad face, and she has a very big smile. And I see her, it's almost like when she hangs around you, she is actually just waiting for you to talk to her. And she sits in your house every day waiting for you to talk to her. She wants to know what's going on in your life. And she's telling me, she assures me she has a lot of wisdom and she wants to share it with you. The next rune I got is Sowilo. Sowilo is the rune of the lightning strike. It's also inspiration. So when I see this rune, I got the impression from her that she already has some advice loaded up for you. She sees what's going on in life. She has some hints of what's going on in your life, and she has a lot to say. I'm asking how she might. So she's saying that you can just walk in, when you walk into your home, she is actually there waiting for you, and you can just talk to her out loud and just ask her for her advice. You can tell her what's going on. You can write it down if you want, but you can say out loud, this is what's going on. And what advice do you have for me? Is there anything that you can share with me? and she'll be happy to share that with you. And I'm asking how she's going to present that. Okay. She said you'll hear it in your head. So you'll hear her talking in your head. Okay, like in the back of your head. You'll hear her voice speaking. You know that it's her. Certainly you can write that down. And that's my suggestion. Write down what you're hearing in your head when you ask her for that advice. Write it down, because you may want to remember it, and you might want to store it somewhere and just keep it in mind. She's not telling you what to do. It's just advice. It's just what she, from her experience, is coming from in when she's been in similar situations. So the next rune I got is Isa. So Isa is the rune of pause, peace, rest, meditation. And I'm getting from her is like, you need quiet. It's like you need quiet. Is she causing ringing in your ears frequently? Usually the ringing in the ears is clairaudience. It's your clairaudience trying to kick in, right? Spirits are trying to talk to you. And the people that have clairaudience, the first thing that they'll notice is that their ears are ringing periodically. And with spirits around, their ears start ringing. So yes, it's her, okay? But she is right there with you. And I would suggest writing down what she's telling you. She said you'll hear her talking in your head. Another thing you can do, you could try the EVP method that I sometimes employ, just making sure that the environment's completely quiet, that it sit first, that your EVP recorder run for a few minutes, check it, and just see if she has anything to say. And like I said, I like Go Seer and EVP recorder. That's the best one I have, but you can download, there's plenty of them out there. You can even use a simple voice recorder off of your phone and see if you can pick anything up. But I get the impression that she's right there ready for advice. She's like, I'm ready for you. She has a lot to say. I can't hear you.
Yeah, Robert's right. I think Robert's right on that. And Kayla's saying anything would be so thankful. Any message?
Okay. All right, Kayla. And Chris asking, is her name Sue? She hasn't given me a name.
I didn't get a name either.
I didn't get a name from her. She is just a very, I would say, almost like an aunt figure. Almost like a great aunt. Like a sweet old lady that's a great aunt, or a great grandma is kind of like her character and how she comes across. But she hasn't given me a name. But I can see her face. She has a very wide face, very broad face.
It seems like it's on the mother's side of the family.
Yes, definitely on the mother's side of the family. So you might want to look up some family photos. This may be an instance where she just wants to figure out who she is, because you might be delighted to find out who she is, and look through the family photos, right, on your mother's side, and see if you find a woman with a very broad face that's kind of plump and elderly. You'll probably recognize her. Okay, Kayla would be so thankful for a message. So let's see what the runes have for you. First rune I got, Kayla, this is Ingwas. So Ingwas is the rune of protection of earth, everything that's green and growing, fertility, and it's the masculine energy, and it's the god Ing, so the god of fertility, the god of the household. What I'm feeling for this is that you are very well protected. You are very secure, even though you don't feel like it. I get the impression that your perception is that things are a little bit iffy and unstable, and I feel a little bit of nervousness. I can feel a little bit of worry or anxiety. This rune is telling me it's not as bad as you think. So you actually have this rune Ing. So Ing is the protector. This is stability. This is the prosperity. And I feel like there's more coming in the future for you. So let's see what this next rune is. So the next rune I got is Wunyo. So Wunyo is joy. It's peace. It's new beginnings. I'm getting that's what's coming for you. right? So you have this little jittery anxiety, but then the very first runes I get to, these are prosperity runes, right? So you have prosperity coming for you and great joy coming for you. And just don't let the anxiety get to you, because the anxiety can ruin that peace that's coming, because you'll be so worried when it happens that you won't get to enjoy the peace that's coming, the joy that's coming. So the next rune I got is Thorasas. So Thorasas is boundaries. It's anything sharp. It can also mean caution. Um, what I'm getting off of this is to make boundaries for yourself. Take the time to create a safe and peace environment for yourself mentally, so that you have a quiet space, that you have a quiet place to meditate, you have a quiet place to focus on you, and to maybe journal. I keep seeing journaling as something that would be a benefit for you for the anxiety that you're feeling. And then when you're write down the blessings that you've been given, right, over the years. And that's going to encourage you.
Yeah, Kayla says my anxiety always takes over. And I want to caveat to that. So, Kayla, what are you going on this year? What transformations, new beginnings that Angela's talking about that you're trying to manifest? Because you can make this happen. You are going to go through the new gates with the new path road between the two valleys with the sunset. That shows me the clear sailing with calm waters. What does that mean? Oh, she's been wanting to start journaling. Did you talk about journaling? I was paying attention.
Yes, I did.
Okay. So for some reason, I see her doing that, but I see her doing something beyond that. And I don't know if that's something on social media that's going to progress from that, or is that going to turn into a blog? Do people still do blogs?
People still do blogs, and they also do, video blogs, and people still do that.
And I was just about to touch on this right here. So that's another thing that we need to talk about. Okay. It's either we fix what needs to be fixed or we move on. Okay. That's between both parties. It takes two to tango. So either make amends, and some people are going to have to give and take to make things work. It's up to you and the other person. And I'm going to stop there and let you deal with that. Okay. But you're going to have to make decisions. But there is also, Kayla, some outside forces that are making some influential decisions that's causing some of the chaos that you're enduring with that relationship. I see too. So that, yeah, okay. So you do understand what I'm talking about. Great. So I'll stop there. So let's go back to Natalie. So Natalie says, let's ask Aruns about a possible outcome for a friend's waiting diagnosis. Two things on that before Angela Pulse. I see that there is a possible two ways this can go. If it comes out the way it is looking, it can be fixed with medicine and current treatments. However, God is good and God is great, and God can change everything with prayer and can change outcome. Anytime that she does a reading or I give readings, that is not set in stone. It can change at any time because of free will. That means free will means we can alter any direction in life that we choose. It is not set in stone. It can change at any second, because each decision you do in life, whether it's with prayer or decisions you make at work, in your relationship, or at your job, will affect everything you do throughout that day. Each word you say, each action causes a chain reaction. A lot of people don't understand that. Just like in physics, what you do, what you say will affect everybody and anything else in your circle, and that can always change your outcome. And the old saying is, it's not what you say, but how you say it can also portray things. So you got to keep that in mind. Go ahead, Angela.
Okay. And about your friend's diagnosis. So let's see what the runes say. So the first rune I got is Othala. So Othala is the rune of family history, DNA, And so whatever this ailment is, it feels like it's genetic. It feels like they're looking for a family history of this. And particularly, now this usually represents the mother, and this is usually the feminine. So Othala is also oneness and human destiny. But I'm getting family DNA. It's like there's something like a family history that they're looking for. This is something that's normally associated with the family history. Okay. Okay, so the next room I got is Sowilo. Sowilo is lightning strike. It's also insight. So I'm getting that the diagnosis is key. The right diagnosis is key. And I feel like they do have the right diagnosis. And they find it. And that's what's going to drive the right treatment. And that's the main thing. It feels like they were having a hard time diagnosing it, like getting to that point to diagnose the issue. And the next rune I got is Helgelas. So Helgelas is the rune of the unexpected. It can be transformation, and it can be destructive as well. So what I'm seeing with this rune is like the news is very hard to accept. It's very hard to accept. But there is a long process that has to be gone through. And so with Helgelas, this is like the rune of like interference and great interference. So this, whatever this therapy is needed, it's going to be over a long process. And one of the things that I was thinking of, and of course they came to me while Gris was talking, is that you can ask for a saint's intervention. So there are many saints in the Catholic Church, and the reason why those people have saints have a certain sponsorship, like for example, Saint Peregrine, the patron saint of cancer, for example, is that because they had a miracle in their life where they experienced a cure of cancer, for example. And when you ask the saints to intervene, what you're doing is asking them to pray for you and to go to God's throne and ask them to help you and ask for their intercession. And we do that in the Catholic Church because, again, those saints may have had that experience of that cure of cancer. Maybe it's breast cancer. Maybe it's a disorder of the lower intestines or something. They're saints for different disorders. And those saints are usually really good at getting God's ear for a certain ailment. And you ask for their intervention. And there's something called a novena where you pray 9 days to the saint and with that prayer intention for the miracle that you're asking for. And usually, many times when I've done this, I don't even get past day 2 before my prayer request is granted. And so that is one thing you might want to consider. So once that diagnosis is firm, you can look up that saint who is the patron saint for that particular disorder and look up the novena for it and pray the prayer for the full 9 days, asking for the intention of healing and direction in this and for that saint's intercession.
Interesting. Ashia, can you check my relationship with this guy? Is it a marriage proposal? Well, I'm sitting there and I'm like, like round and round, the way we go, the way we go. And it's like, I don't know. It's like, is it possible? But yes. But for some reason, I'm getting the energy from you where you don't think this is the right one. Why is that? Why are you having doubts? So that's one of the things, I'm asking you if you're like on the fence with this guy. If you are, take a step back and take a breath, and let's look at the totality of the circumstances. Is it the right one, or is it somebody else that you're thinking? Give me some feedback. Angela, go ahead.
All right. Asha. Okay, let's take a look here for you. Let's draw on this relationship. I'm going to use these other rune set and just see what it says. Okay, so the first rune I got is Rytho. So Rytho is the rune of journey, and it's usually the path of honor. What I'm getting off of this is that you have a very ideal, you have a very set thing in your mind of what a marriage should look like. Okay, you have something that's kind of rigid in your mind of the ideal marriage of what that should be is in your mind. But keep in mind, that's not always how it works out. What we think what should be isn't always is. The next rune I got is Tiwaz. So Tiwaz is the rune of victory, of oath. And so I see, it looks like they're talking about a marriage proposal from this person, from this man. It looks like he makes some sort of commitment to you, a deeper commitment. The next rune, okay. So the next rune I got is Feyu. So Feyu is the rune of money, communication. It looks like to me that there is a deeper commitment from him, and it looks like you even combine your finances. So it looks like to me that there's some sort of marriage proposal. At the very least, it looks like there's a step of becoming closer, more committed to the point that you are actually combining your finances together. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing.
It looks like there's some other contributing factors. Let's say X, Y, and Z that she's not copacetic with. I don't know if she wants to take on. There we go. Now some feedback. True, but there's nothing wrong with. However, I'm not saying that you're not going to get proposed and get married, then turn around 3 years, be separated. Long pause, right? So that's what I'm saying. Just do your due diligence. Seek it out in your heart, weigh things out, and talk things through. If it's right, you'll know if it's right in your heart. You will. God will lead the way, and you got to turn it over to him. That's going to make a big difference. Hey, Greg Ogles, welcome, brother. How have you been? Sorry about your family member. You've been in my prayers. So she says, I want to be genuine to me. I didn't want to say that, but here's the deal. If they're not 100% upfront with you, then what are you going to get in return? Because if they're not like that now, what is it going to be like tomorrow, next year, 5 years from now? I'm not saying that the person's a bad person at all. I'm not saying don't trust the person. I'm just saying you got to make things to feel right with you. And if you are saying what you're saying right now, then take a couple of steps back and give it some time and see what happens. And if you draw a line, if he doesn't come up to that line to meet your standards, then it's not worth it. And I always use this analogy. Don't cash your check at their bank if they're not going to endorse it. You know your self-worth. So hopefully that gives you peace. Like a little twist it says, trust your gut feeling. I'm not saying jump in the deep end and run away by all means. No. Like Robert says, self-balance. Work through things and see. Maybe there's some things on his end that maybe he's embarrassed of that maybe he doesn't want you to know because of X, Y, and Z. Who knows? But just do your due diligence. But pray on it too. Greg Ogles, the producer, director, my VIP person, a Shia. If anyone makes you feel uneasy, it's not worth it. God gave us that radar for a reason. So, use it. Dow. Let me tell you something. I never done aliens or Googles or Rosbics or alien species or dromedaries, or I don't know how the hell you say that word. How you say that word?
Okay, so
Andromeda?
Andromeda.
Yeah, I never done. I don't know if you're from Uranus or Jupiter or Galaxy XYZ. I have no idea. So I'll let Angela take that one.
Okay, so there are some people that are
And
among
she's like,
us who
okay, I'll do it.
who are star seeds, and they're reincarnated from other worlds, and so those souls are here to teach us. If they're from a more evolved civilization, other souls are here to learn, and to because Earth is the hardest place to learn. If you want to learn lessons, this is the best class, and it's the hardest class to go through. So let's take a look here and see if runes say anything about this. So you star seed. Yes, stickiest place in this.
Greg Ogle says, ladies and gentlemen, the stickiest place in the solar system, Uranus.
Okay. I got Othala, so that is the oneness, that is the Orlog, that is the um, kind of like the collective human destiny or collective human consciousness. I feel like you are here to help evolve that collective consciousness, that you made that choice. And I feel like you're from the same star systems that what have been termed as ascended masters originate from. So the next rune we have is Daguz. So Daguz is the rune of enlightenment. And I got that you are a being that had attained enlightenment and now are coming here and with an incredible challenge to spread that enlightenment to other people. So the next rune I got is Ewaz. So Ewaz is the rune of, this is Ewaz, it's a rune of journey. So this definitely makes sense that you're on a journey, on a long journey. So once you're done with here, I mean, it feels like you're going to be taking everything back to you. But it doesn't, it feels like this is more of, I wouldn't say Andromeda, but there's another one. I think they call them from Uriel's or Aurelian, I think is what they call them. I have to look that up. I can't remember which ones was that I'll check real quick. Let's see, I got some sort of notes on that. Let's take a look here.
Lemurian?
Let me take a look here. I think it's a different.
Pleiades?
That is Pleiades. That's right. The Pleiades. The Pleiadian, yeah, Pleiades. It's where I'm leaning towards the Pleiades. That you're more along the Pleiades than the Andromedans.
Yeah, I've got a list of aliens, and they all look alien to me. You get it? What's the aliens? They all look alien to me. Oh, I'm not muted. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I thought I was muted. Anyways, well, that's pretty fascinating. Robert, let's see here. Shamans use sign stones. They seek out the souls, being the focus. I've never seen sign stones. Grizzly, I'm sending you a gifted messenger. It better not be Uranus. Woo, Greg,
It's actually one of the planets that actually changed directions. There was all sorts of changes in the solar system the past couple of years, and I think that actual planet switched rotational direction.
Robert's like, LOL, laugh out loud. I'm with the messenger. I'm like, I'm dying, ready to go. I'm like, what am I gonna get? What's Greg gonna send me? I get nervous when people are like, I'm gonna send you a gift in messenger. I'm like, what the hell? Uh-oh. Here it comes. Oh, shut the front door. Greg, man. I know what I'm watching in bed. Mary, we got a movie. Oh, damn. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
There's a lot of good free movies on YouTube too. I watched the entire movie from,
Yeah, that is so awesome. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I told Mary, I was like, yeah, so let's take your kids down to LBL. She's like, it's not funny. I'm like, why not? She's like, after I watched that documentary, she's like, are you crazy? We're going to use them for bait. And I'm like, I know. Thank you. Yeah. If you haven't seen Greg Ogle's newest release, make sure you go out there. It's the new LBL movie. Greg, if you want to post it out there where people can buy your Blu-ray and rent it. I know Michelle, right? She was all for about going camping until I showed her the documentary. Boy, she got mad. About Dogman and Bigfoot and people. So yeah, Greg, if you don't mind, post your stuff out there in comments. You're welcome to. People can rent the movie and buy the Blu-ray that's out. And ladies and gentlemen, ask for the autograph on it. I know Greg will make arrangements to get it autographed. But that's been a fantastic show. It's amazing because we used to do readings. Robert says the best camping trip is to bait the kids. She was like, would you really go camping? I'm like, the only time I'll go down with the LBL is a visit with a group of people. I was like, hell, I'm scared enough to go down there by myself. There ain't no way I'm camping by myself. Even with you, I wouldn't go down there by myself. And Greg's laughing. I'm like, hell no. Last time Greg was putting fish oil and fish around my tent, the leftover fish. That's not funny, Mary. Yeah, I was down there. I was like, what the hell are you doing, Greg? What are you doing? He's like, what? He was eating fish that Mike was frying. And the leftover fish he was throwing behind my tent. I'm like, what are you trying to do? Get Bigfoot? I know. I was like, I got a damn trash can. But anyway. Twisters, Chris, get next fish for his next camping trip. And his eyes got that big when I called him out. Then I felt bad because I felt like I hurt his feelings, because he was going over trying to pick it up. Like, just leave it there. What the hell? It's too late now. Mike goes, what are you going to do? I'm like, I'm going to go pour that fish oil when you get done around Greg's tent. Now we're trying to call the critters. But yeah, Curtis is like, I'll go down there in my RV. And then damn Bigfoot caved that wall in on it. So Robert says use onions. Are you serious, Robert?
Leeks.
Bigfoot, onions and leeks? So that's crazy. I did not know that. Yeah, but Greg, make sure and post your links in our comment section. You're more welcome to for everybody. And if not, post them in my, hey, Lori, post them on Messenger on my next show tomorrow. I'll post them in there for you too.
I used to go camping quite a bit and had some interesting experiences, but mostly with raccoons, though.
What the hell?
The raccoons hanging out. They would hang out at the edge of the campground, like they know where the people are and they know where the food is, so they were just hanging out in groups at the edge of the campground, at the edge of the woods.
Oh hell, Curtis hung a chicken 8 foot in the air, a raw chicken, and the damn Bigfoot ate it. They took it. Yeah. Damn near started a fight the next morning. It was crazy. And then everybody's like, well, now I know why my food got missing off the grill. I'm like, shut the front door. I'm like, are you serious? They're like, yeah, I had hamburgers on the grill. I was going to eat them in the morning. Yeah, Robert says they're just very big raccoons without the mask. So, but yeah, no, it's crazy. It is. It's just crazy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you'll have a good night, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. Angela, it's been fantastic.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Yes, from coast to coast, around the world. Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow.
See ya.